Halicue, and welcome to the very first episode of Hey, it's Halicue. And first, I just want us to take a pause. Let's take a pause. Let's take a moment. Let's breathe it in. I did it. We did it. Hey, we are here together. We created a space where we can talk about rest and joy and rebellion as Black women. This podcast was born out of a lot of heartbreak, okay? The election, the looming death of TikTok, and all of the chaos that came with them. But out of that storm, something beautiful happened. For the first time in history, Black women collectively said, you know what? I choose me. And let me tell you, I am so proud of us, especially, and let's go ahead and talk about something topical, especially for us sitting out that stupid women's march this year, okay? Like off top. Instead of marching in DC, we're brunching, we're laughing, we're eating, we're drinking mimosas and living our best lives. And no, that wasn't apathy. That's wisdom. Okay. That's us saying we've been the mule of the world long enough. Now it is time to save ourselves. This is the 92% movement. We're done grinding ourselves into the ground for everybody else, and we're reclaiming our rest. And today we're going to talk about why that's not just revolutionary, it is necessary. But before we get started, hey y'all, I am Halicue Hanna, and I am here for you. I am here for the 92%, and I am going to be podcasting, talking, connecting with you all around rest and joy and revolution. Thank you so much in advance for hitting the subscribe button. We are going to have so much fun together. We're not doing anything here without laughter. Okay, without some lightness, without some levity. I think for so long, people have tried to keep that from us. It's important for us to be the strong Black woman, the serious Black woman. That's cool too. But what I find is we are more powerful. We're a little bit more intimidating. We're a little bit more assertive when we are experiencing joy, when we're experiencing flow. And that is what we are going to do here. So thank you. And hey, I want you to stay all the way to the end because I got some insights. I got some downloads that I really want us to get into and roll around. And also, we got some assignments, okay? We got some love work. We got some, instead of homework, I like to call it heart work because podcasts, I don't know what they are for you, but for me, they can be healing and learning modalities. And I like to be active and I like to integrate what I talk about and bring it into my own healing practices. So I'm going to have some journal prompts and some other fun activities for us to do. So stay all the way to the end. You are absolutely not going to regret it. Let's start with some real talk around why Black women need to rest. And no, it's not just because we're tired. I know we're tired. Let's be honest. We all are. But rest is literally a matter of life and death for Black women. Here is the truth. This is not to bum you out. This is to keep you informed. Nearly half of Black women over 20 have heart disease. That's not just genetics. That is chronic stress. And that's one of our assignments over the next 4 years to dramatically decrease our chronic stress. We are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. And you know what? That's not our fault. It's not our fault. That's systemic racism, plain and simple. And sleep. Do not even get me started on Black women and sleep. Black women are 5 times more likely to be sleep deprived than white women. 5 times. No wonder we're so damn tired. And here's the thing. These aren't just numbers. These are warnings. They are proof that the strong Black woman stereotype and myth is literally killing us. And let us be absolutely crystal clear. It is not because we're weak. It's not because we're incapable. It's because we've been carrying the weight of the world for far, far, far too long. Y'all know this. Y'all know it. I knew it. I grew up in Southern Mississippi watching the women in my family work themselves to the bone. My mother, my aunts, my grandmothers, they were always doing, they were always serving. And rest, let's be honest, I know y'all can relate to me with this. Rest was practically a sin. Rest was for lazy people. And you know what? That mindset is a direct legacy of slavery. Enslaved Black women didn't own their time or their bodies. They were forced to work every single day. Didn't matter whether or not we were pregnant, didn't matter whether or not we were sick, didn't matter whether or not we were disabled. And that trauma didn't just disappear when slavery ended. It seeped all the way into our culture. And now, even now in 2025, we shame ourselves and each other for slowing down, but that is about to be over. Here is the truth. Rest is not laziness. Rest is rebellion. Rest is saying, I deserve to exist without constantly producing, without constantly giving. And if that feels revolutionary, and I know it is to a lot of us, that's because it is. And hey, if this is already hitting home, I want you to subscribe and I want you to join my Substack community. That's where we're going to keep diving into all these conversations and build this movement together. The link is right there. Now let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to some of the mess. I want to talk about our first moment of collective genius as the 92%. And that is the fact that we all decided to skip the Women's March. What Women's March, you may ask? Don't even worry about it. It's happening sometime. I think, I don't even know. It's happening in a couple of days. Don't matter, because we're not going to be there. In the past, we would have been there. We would have been sweating in our sneakers. We would have been holding signs, chanting until we lost our voices. But no, not this year. This year, Black women collectively said, no thanks. Instead, we have grabbed our girlfriends. We are organizing all around the country, and we are going to brunch. And in my case, I am not just going to go to brunch. I am going to a dance class. I'm going to go to my fitness club stretch class. And I'm probably going to make my husband take me out to dinner, fair warning, babe, on that day. But oh, yes, ma'am, we are organizing brunch. We are grabbing our girlfriends and we are getting out in the streets. And I have to tell you, I have never been prouder of us. And I want you to know right now, this is not apathy. This is strategy. Okay. This is wisdom. We have finally realized that not every battle is ours to fight, and that it's okay to let other people carry the load for once. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think this is going to be a massive waste of time. What are we doing this march for? Actually, I take that back. Freudian slip. We ain't doing nothing. What are they doing this march for? What are they hoping to get out of it? I'm telling you why they're going to go ahead and do it, why they're going to keep doing it. This is also why Reverend Al keeps getting on here talking about needing to march, trust and believe. You're probably going to see him there and some other people. And that's because there is some kind of financial incentive that people are receiving. Now, people will say that's not the case. They'll say they're not earning any money. They'll say that they're not being paid to do or organize this. But what they are doing is with these marches, they're able to get your email addresses. And once they get their email addresses, they're able to put you on a list. And once they have you on a list, they can worry the hell out of you asking for donations every 4 and 5 minutes. And the only person I am putting up with asking me for donations, or that I was willing to put up with asking me for donations every damn day, was Kamala. That was it. That's it. No mess. So when they say we're not getting anything out of it, that's not true. That's all lies. That's all lies. They're getting something out of it. So I'm so glad that we are resisting the guilt and we are sitting this one out. And yes, I know some of us felt guilty, but y'all, that's conditioning talking. That voice in your head that says you are only valuable if you're doing the most. Oh my God, we have to let that go. I personally call it like my little speaker box. Let me ask you this. How many marches will it take to fit systemic racism? Okay. How many have we already participated in? How many have we seen? We see what happens to us when we're in those marches. We see the kind of danger that we in, and they want us in there now, marching now, around the time of the inauguration with the Mango Madman in office. Oh, hell no, we're not doing that. And all the marches in the world will not solve what rest, joy, and rebellion can. And if you are ready to start reclaiming your time and your energy, please drop a comment. I want you to join the Substack. The link is going to be right down below in the description. I want to hear how you are redefining rest in your life. Matter of fact, get out a pen and a pencil, pull out your journal. And if you're having moments, I got squirrel brain, I got ADD, I'm neurospicy. So if you start wandering a little bit, that's okay. Pull out your pen and pencil and ask yourself that question and journal a little bit about it. I want to hear how you are redefining rest. And while we're resting, what else can we do? We can seek and pursue joy. We can rest. What happens when we rest? When we rest, we create the space for joy. And not the fleeting kind, y'all, but the deep, soul-filling kind that makes you remember who you are. Here is the thing. Joy is just as revolutionary as rest. And you know how I know this? I know this because they don't want us to do it. We've all seen this happen. You ever seen a Black woman, a group of Black girls sitting around laughing, talking, kiki? You know that meme that says, Black people are never by themselves because it's always some Karen or somebody like side-eyeing us being all the way up in our business? That's how I know it's powerful. And that's why they have been so invested since the end of slavery, all the way through Jim Crow, all the way through the Civil Rights Hour, all the way through the Black Power movement, in keeping Black women tired, keeping us sick, keeping us emotionally weak and disabled. So we are taking that back. We are reclaiming joy. And again, we know it's powerful because they don't want us to have it. I am talking about deep, soulful joy, the kind that makes you remember who you are. And here is the thing. I'm going to say it over and over. I truly believe that joy is just as revolutionary as rest. Because when Black women are joyful, we are literally unstoppable. It's one of the reasons I think there's all these think pieces, and there's always, every time like somebody like Beyonce gives us an amazing performance, like the Beyonce Bowl, people immediately rush in with these jacked up, half-ass think pieces doing anything to keep us as Black women from sitting in our collective joy. They need to stop that because they know that when we're in that place, we're powerful. When Black women are joyful, we are unstoppable. We are magnetic. We are charming. We are the source. We are that powerful. I believe personally, and this is what I wanted y'all to stay tuned for. This is a download. This is just a bit of an insight I've been having. I personally think we are on the verge of a true Black female or a Black femme cultural revolution. Truly believe, and I can't wait to see and chronicle and talk about what I know is going to be a new renaissance for Black women, like the Harlem Renaissance, except 100x, okay? Just like the Harlem Renaissance, we are going to bring our art, our beauty, our voices to the forefront. This moment is just laying the groundwork for something that is going to be just as transformative as the Harlem Renaissance was. But this time, it's about more than just surviving. It is about us as Black women thriving, truly. And again, those of us that are a little neurospicy, that want to add a little spiritual element into this, I want you to really think about this. Here's something I want you to think about. I want you to write about. I want you to journal about. If you're into oracle cards, oracle decks, I am. If y'all are very nice and y'all subscribe, I'll bring out my decks. I'll do a few readings for us. Y'all know I podcast about that as well. Here's what I want you to think about. Pull cards on, do some fire gazing, do some candle meditation too. What does rest mean to you? What would it look like to give yourself permission to pause, even when the world tells you to keep going? And even when the world is falling apart, because a lot of us, we are so used to reaching for that cape. We are so used to it. We're not going to do that anymore. I want you to ask yourself, do you feel guilt around rest? And I want you to ask yourself why and how can you release it? This is a really important question. I want y'all to dig into it. And y'all, even though I'm Gen X, I'm not cruel and I'm heartless. I know some of us have some real trauma around this. How many of us grew up terrified when we heard our mother coming in through the door and we hadn't washed the dishes, we hadn't put the chicken out to defrost, we had maybe been watching TV and now we're stressed out because we didn't know our parents were on the way home and now the TV is hot and we got trauma. Okay, I get it. I understand. Here's what I want you to remember. Rest is not selfish. And we're not going to be too much on our parents, not too much on them. Some of us got some trauma. Some of us got some stuff to work out. And a lot of this stuff was absolutely not our fault. But we can do things differently than our parents did. We can do things differently than our mothers and grandmothers did. And what I want you to know, and believe me when I say this, listen, this is Big Sister Halicue talking. The more we get to know each other, y'all are going to learn that I am the oldest, literally, of 6 sisters, including my little cousin. We were all raised together. Y'all know I'm not the only one that grew up like that. I want you to know that our rest is not frivolous, okay? Rest is not selfish. Rest is not frivolous. Rest is not selfish. And y'all, rebellion doesn't have to be loud. My sister says this all the time. Real gangsters move in silence. We ain't got to tell everybody about this. I'm podcasting about it, and I want y'all to share it. But this is just between us. Our rebellion does not have to be loud. The 92% movement is about saying, I deserve rest. I deserve joy. I deserve to finally put myself first. And y'all, we don't have to do it alone. Again, I want y'all to subscribe. I want y'all to join the Substack community. We're going to be talking about it. I'm going to be doing a few extra videos and giving you all extra content. I'm going to be giving you all extra content about this because I want us to continue to build this community together. We have to support each other. We have to keep telling each other over and over and over so we can slowly and surely begin to deconstruct from this programming that it is our job to work from sunrise till sunset, that it is our job to carry the burden of bringing all marginalized people into liberation, that's all our job. We're tired of it. It is time for us to rest, reclaim, and rise together. All right, my loves, that is it for today's episode of Hey, It's Halicue. Remember, you do not have to march, grind, or save the world this week. Unless, of course, saving the world involves brunch, naps, or finally saying no to that one cousin Nene who keeps always asking for $20. Take your rest seriously. Take your joy even more seriously and let your rebellion be soft, loud, however you damn well please, to be perfectly honest with you, because we all know we don't go around telling Black women what to do. But until next time, I want you to keep choosing yourself like it is your full-time job. And if anyone tries to guilt you into doing too much, just tell them, Halicue said, not today. Not today. I love you. I mean it. See you next week on Hey, It's Halicue. And don't forget to subscribe, join the Substack, and to tell your friends, because the revolution is too good not to share. And obviously, it is going to be televised. Bye, y'all.